Hello, teachers. Thank you for registering for our webinar all about seeing if your students are properly prepared for your state-based assessments that are coming up. As you can see, I'm preparing as well. I have a stack of essays and papers here that I'm grading. And I'm following a very straightforward kind of rubric and process to see which students I think are really ready for the assessments and which ones need extra attention. Do you know where your students are in that process right now? This is a great time to be thinking about that. So in our webinar, what we're going to focus on is three kind of components. First of all, what I would come into your classroom and try to help you with is the process of writing. Do your students have an exact process to follow when they sit down to instructions or a prompt? Now that's whether you're doing open-ended questions or you're doing essays or you're doing source comparative text writing, that evidence-based writing. Are they prepared to approach that? And how quickly can they do it? How efficiently? And to what level of standards are they going to write to make you not have, gray hair, worrying about where they're going to be in these assessments? The second thing we're going to talk about is actually writing under time conditions, because that's quite different than working on, a deadline that's coming up, whether it's overnight or at the end of the week for a student. Time conditions can be quite frustrating for a student, as well as for you, the classroom teacher, in trying to enforce that and make sure they're doing proper time management. And the third thing we're going to talk about is understanding what the task is at hand, okay? For a student to look at that space they have to write in, to know what kind of writing they're doing, what's required, because sometimes our students, they get very nervous when they sit down to those questions, and maybe they're reading sources, maybe they're writing an essay. So we have to really work on their approach to the entire piece of writing as a whole. So in our webinar, we're going to go over those things, and I'm going to give you some tools to take back to your students that you can assess where they are, and some things to help you as we count down to assessment.